Alright, troops strong and conditioned, live and direct from the Chateau de Burpee. Well, guys, listen, the demeanour is a little low-key as of this moment. Why? Because I have just performed the school run, and any man who has done the school run knows it completely saps your energy. Burpee workouts are no challenge to the intensity of the school run. But I digress. So, what's the theme of this video tonight? The theme of this video is just to show you guys that I am not a fitness influencer. I am just a dad who tries and gets burpee workouts in and shares information with you guys. I wish I was a burpee influencer because I would probably make a bit more cash, but hey ho. So, the theme of tonight is how do we create a juicy chest pump? How do we elicit chest hypertrophy gains via the medium of burpees? Well, that's what I plan to show you. So tonight's workout will be structured with that goal in mind. It's time to create those disco pecs. Get those pecs pumping. Have a unique and novel burpee workout which has a stimulus and outcome in mind. So when I perform said burpee workout, I will explain why I do what I do, and hopefully you guys can gather some information from the workout and apply it to your own sessions. Alright guys, once the kids are in bed, once I've made dinner, once I've settled down and done some pre-workout nutrition, we will rock and roll. So it's time to load up with some pre-workout nutrition. What do I tend to have before I perform a burpee workout? Most of the time I like to eat lean meat, stuff like that. Lean meat because I'm a carnivore. I like to eat meat, that's why I've got incisors, but it fills me up. It's good to have nutritious food, particularly protein based, with a wee carb thrown in there, just to make sure that it hits home and you have the confidence when performing the burpee workout that the nutrition is sorted and you can go hard. However, as an aside, the problem with nutrition nowadays, and this goes for everything, there's always the best method. There's people firing things down your throat which are completely based in woo-woo bullshit, particularly carnivore, vegan, things like that. I do not subscribe to any of these theories because they just seem wacky to me. And it always seems that people are like trying to carve a niche when it comes to nutrition, when nutrition is intuitive. We know that meat with not a lot of fat, we know that vegetables, we know that whole grains, things like that will probably elicit a healthy response. But it's the world of YouTube. We get led down rabbit holes because we always look for that cognitive bias where we think that something's right because we enjoy it, therefore it is the only path we should take, which is something that really fucks up nutrition as far as I'm concerned. Now, what am I going to have? Well, tonight it is a couple of these bad boys, beef sizzler steaks. The reason I eat them is because they take 2 minutes to make. I like them rare. I like my meat rare. I like it with blood pouring down my lips. Now, as you can hear, there's a bit of chaos going on in the house, and it's because, yes?
Laura said I can't get this for my birthday,
Yes, you can. You can get anything for your birthday because you're my special little girl. Here's a Scottishism that you guys need to get used to. It's the word wane. We call our children wains, and I have just fed my wains, and they are going ape, and they like to get daddy's attention. What? Go and eat your dinner, darling. Anyway, guys, it's chaos in this house, but this is how real fitness influencers roll. This is how we grab the bull by the horns and we get stuff done under chaotic conditions. All right, man, time to eat. Let's go. Another thing I meant to add was I like to wash down the steaks with some toast and butter, sourdough bread with butter. And another thing that ties into the wacky woo-woo shit we hear with nutrition is that we live in a day and age where people say, don't eat bread, it'll make you fat and stuff. I had too much bread, I need to cut the bread out. This fucking world was built on bread. This world was created on bread. It is one of the finest foods known to man, which is why it's so edible. And you have to temper your intake, but bread fucking rules the roost. Alright troops, so we are now entering the Chateau de Burpee to begin a muscle focused burpee workout. Now there's a school of thought that if you want to do high pump burpees, particularly if you are in the mindset with regards to building muscle, then it probably makes sense just to concentrate on push-ups alone, and there is merit in that methodology. However, as burpee practitioners, it is probably conducive that we amalgamate the push-up in with a burpee so that we can get the best of both worlds. Now, when we perform the burpees, we are practicing the skill, we are practicing the art of the burpee, while at the same time trying to elicit that hypertrophic response. So with that in mind, we have to develop or set the format. And the format for today is to complete 6 sets to failure on the chest, triceps and shoulders through using 5 pump Navy SEALs. Now, there are no set numbers with regards to the Navy SEALs. We will perform 6 sets and every set will be taken to failure. The technique will be pristine because we are trying to create that time under tension. I know that's a hotly debated point, but we're just trying to create that tension on the muscles so that we can then create mechanical tension as the reps advance. So what we will do is 6 sets of 5 pump Navy SEALs, no rep target. We just keep going at a fair speed so that we can get to those reps which start to bring in the failure zone. So let's just go for the first set, get it out of the way, and then we'll just move on. First set out the way. I don't know how many I did there, but I know that if I had went 1 rep ahead, I would have probably fell flat in my face. Because let's be honest guys, 5 pump Navy SEALs are tough. Navy SEALs are a classic burpee to create hypertrophy because the range of motion is exaggerated. Those knee lifts are punishing, they are unforgiving when it comes down to ensuring that proper technique is administered. Now, recovery periods, we should probably be looking optimally at 3 minutes between sets to ensure that we are fully recovered and we can put all our focus into the next set. But as the busy dads all well know, we don't have that time. So 2 minutes max recovery is probably what's needed at this point. So once again, what we're looking for is getting into the effective rep zone. And how do we know the reps are effective? We know the reps are effective because even though we are exerting the same force in the push-up, they start to slow down. So with that in mind, in the next set, what to look out for is the speed of the reps. And it's common sense. We know that when things are slowing down, we are fatiguing. However, we need to use that as the reference point to measure the idea that we have entered effective rep zone. And the rest period also means that when we start to climb up the sets, we are not, or we should not, be executing or completing the amount of Navy SEALs we did in the previous set. Those numbers should be dwindling. Now, for the purpose of the video and the fact that my camera's about to run out of battery, the rest periods are laissez-faire in that approach. But if you want to be scientific or exact, then you should be going to the same recovery period between every single set. So let's do this. Third set. Woo! Now I am starting to feel that pump kicking. Those are tough. Navy SEALs are tough. The 5-pump Navy SEALs are torture. 7-pump Navy SEALs are Dante's Inferno. And that's how it goes. That's how we do this. If we want to build muscle, if we want to create hypertrophy, then we need to make sure we are moving to failure. Now, in an endurance-based burpee session, we can break those sets down, 3 reps, 4 reps every minute, and allow ample recovery, also coupled with the fact that we are not going to failure. So we're keeping the muscles fresh, we're keeping that degree of recovery so we can sustain performance over a period of time. However, when we're trying to build muscle, we need to just go hard and get close to failure on all our burpee sets. I got one left. That was tough. That was tough. 2 more sets and we have entered Pumpsville, Arizona. Whew. Whoa, pecs are popping. I wonder if this is hitting my upper pec or my lower pec. It's not really something we concern ourselves with in the burpee community. We just like to work. Let's descend into set 5. Set 5, 5 alive. Tough exercise. One of the toughest. Navy SEAL's one of those exercises that divides opinion. If you read the comments on Instagram or YouTube, you'll get the odd joker up here. Navy SEALs didn't invent that. Where's the jump? And it's always funny, but that's taking the rough with the smooth. Right, let's go. Last set. Let's get to that last set. Six sets, probably took about 10 minutes, 5 minutes, I don't know, not timing it, but that's a simple chest workout, easily done, could be performed in conjunction with a chest day, just to finish off the workout, just to make sure that you accumulated the necessary volume to elicit or complement the gains that you have been building. So, pump time. What's happening on the pump front? As you can see, guys, those pecs weren't that size at the start of the session. They were quite flat, but as you can see, solid pump at the end. All pecs means that I could probably go to the dancing and whip the wife beater off and start cutting our rug, as they say in Scotland. So anyway, guys, that's it. That is how we build muscle using burpees. Don't let the haters detract you. Don't let the naysayers pipe in with their unsolicited advice. We just do the burpees and we get to work. That's how we roll in the burpee community. We just push, we go to battle with the floor, and we just go to failure. However, a burpee session serves many purposes. It's for cardio, it's for muscle building, and they can also be for having fun. But for the context of this video, this was muscle building specific. So 5 pump Navy Seals, 5 pumps, 22 counts, they all work. Anything that's going to take the muscle to failure in consecutive sets is definitely an approach I would take when it comes to building pectorals. Thank you for staying strong and thank you for staying conditioned.